All right, welcome back to. It looks like we've changed this now to Wednesdays with Willaert instead of Tuesdays with Tony. So
Yeah,
we'll welcome
depends on the
back,
day.
Tony. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, hanging in there. Pretty excited for the home opener for the Vikings. We got looks like we got Simpson coming in tomorrow and Central, so definitely looking forward to that. But before that, let's talk about last week we had you had to visit a tough one up there in North Central. They're pretty. I think they're ranked ninth. We had a big win from Alex Williams though to start off the night, and then another close match there at 141. Looks like your guys competed hard. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, Alex, depending on the rankings that you look at, I know Intermat just came out with the ranking, has North Central at number two. But they're very, very good. And what we've been trying to do is, get those competitions in. On the men's side and the women's side, we're looking for tough competitive matches and kind of seeing where we stack up against the best in the country. So I think North Central has a handful of guys that competed against us that are ranked in the top 10. One of them being the kid that Alex wrestled. He was 10th. That was a good win. And honestly, the score was, what was it, 3-1, I think. And I thought it should have even been a little bit more. We had potential back points that we could have maybe argued for a little bit more, but Alex can separate himself from that kid as well. So that's a match that I'd like to see again and see Alex kind of widen the gap a bit. And then, yeah, Cameron had a good match at 41. Gave up a takedown and some near fall, but then got his opportunity on top and was pretty close to sticking the kid in. Just lost a close one. I think his was 11-8. But yeah, and like I said, they have a handful of guys that are ranked very high. 33 is a returning runner up, and that was the best we had ever wrestled him. We tried out a new strategy, and we kept it to a decision. Got close to a couple takedowns, and 49 we wrestled tough at against a really tough kid. So it's fun to see the guys competing against those top ranked guys. So
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and especially, I think they got a few years head start on us on on the women's program side of things. So they've already had some more recruits coming in. Seems like how many matches did you get in for your ladies?
I think we wrestled 19 or so matches. We had a couple close ones. Sawyer Graham won both of hers, which was kind of the highlight on the women's side. But the cool part about our women's team is, like you said, even though every team we compete against kind of has a little bit of a head start on us, they go out and look to fight, and they're always cheering each other on, and they're very positive and come back the next day willing to work. And we had a morning run this morning actually, and that was good. The girls, they just want to work hard and learn and get better. So
Yeah, that's super exciting. I can imagine the growth there is going to be pretty rapid, I would think, especially from this area and what we got going on with women's wrestling. So
for
that's
sure.
that's awesome. We're looking forward to seeing, obviously that bar get moved up every year and see how they compete. So well, you had the weekend off,
Yep.
obviously with Thanksgiving, you let some kids travel home and be with their families. So that's outstanding. Now moving forward, tomorrow you got. Well, let's see here. We got Simpson at 6:30, and then
Yep.
we have Central at 8 o'clock as the home opener for the Vikings.
Yeah.
What do you think? It looks like Alex Williams. I know we talked about him and being
Yep.
a Moliner. We're all about Alex Williams here. So
Yeah.
looks like he's gonna have a true test. Let's see really where he's at.
Yeah. Alex has won, I think, a handful of matches in a row now and seen some tough competition. And like I said, he's had some close matches that I think he can widen the gap on. But his Simpson opponent, he's wrestled in the past. He's beat him in the past. And I know he can compete with him. He's a top 10 ranked guy. I think he's ninth. And then the Central kid was actually a 33-pound All-American last year, who I believe just got bumped up to number one in the country. So two guys that we've seen plenty of. He's wrestled one of them, and like I said, I think he can. I don't know if he's fully realized it yet, but I know he can compete at that level. He's a very athletic kid. He's a very coachable kid, and he's really hungry right now. So hopefully he can keep that thing rolling.
Yeah, that's exciting for us. Obviously, like you said, we being from Moline, we know Alex obviously very well, and we're glad to see him, having the success that he's having right now. It's pretty special considering, where he started from. It's he's definitely taken leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
So
Didn't he only start wrestling like his 8th grade year, freshman year, or something like that?
yeah, it was he was a late bloomer, but you know what? He's taken the strides necessary to, you know, to be where he's at, and
For sure.
hopefully after this week he can be in the top 10, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and then we got a few guys who will see some pretty tough competition. I think our 49 wrestled Central's guy who's ranked, top 10 somewhere, but we got the first takedown and then got kind of caught in a weird position in a cradle and ended up getting pinned. But I'm excited to see that match coming back. Um, we're getting our football guys some matches this week on Thursday, which would be nice. We're gonna try to get both of our heavyweights some matches, and then Dylan Messer's back in at 197 for us. And then hopefully we can get Jack Patty in a match, but I don't know if he's going to be down to weight quite yet. So
Yeah, another local, you know, Jack Padding, definitely looking for some big things from him this year. Obviously, at what, 174 is that what we're going for?
he wants to get down to 74. He said he was like mid to high 80s right now, so it might be a little bit still. But the last time we talked about it, we were trying to shoot for the North Central tournament next weekend. So hopefully we can get him down to weight and see what he can do for us. So
Yeah, I know we've known Jack for a while, and he usually comes into season. He like takes advantage of that off season, I think, you know, being a
yep,
football player and things like that. So he usually gets down to weight pretty well. So I don't think you'll have too big of a problem there.
for sure.
All right. Well, let's see. Football players are coming back. We got Simpson and Central coming up. Then after that, it looks like we traveled to Milliken.
Yep. Yeah, down to Decatur where we actually haven't dueled them in like a head-to-head for a while. But what we're trying to do with the conference is have like a dual season. So we're trying to duel everybody in the conference, and this was the date that worked out for us in Milliken. So generally, we wouldn't have anything this weekend just because we got finals coming up next week. But we want to see them. We want to. Sorry, my computer might buzz here, but they're doing their senior night, and obviously they're returning conference champs. So again, like we're trying to load our schedule up with tough competition so that we can kind of see where we're at and get our hands on the best guys. So
Perfect. And then it looks like after that, you know, I don't want to cut into next week too much, but you got the men and the women
yep.
heading back up to North Central for the North Central invite.
Yeah, we're out there for a few times this year, but we've gone to the North Central invite quite a few times in the past. I mean, even back when you were coaching still. So, it's another tough tournament. We'll see North Central, Augsburg. I think lacrosse is a top 10 team that's out there. So, not shying away from competition, but it'll be fun. When we're at Stevens Point, they do the men's and women's side by side. So it's kind of a cool thing. We don't have to split our coaching staff, and the guys and girls travel together, and I think it's good, team bonding as a whole program. They watch each other's matches, they sit mat side for each other, and it's not uncommon to see some of the guys giving girls pointers and the girls giving some of the guys pointers, and like I said, cheering each other on. So it's kind of fun.
No, that's awesome. So yeah, it definitely looks like you got a full schedule ahead. Well, I don't have anything else. You got anything else you want to say to the fans besides hopefully we can pack Carver Arena here tomorrow night?
Yeah,
And get
it'd
a
be
couple
cool.
W's.
I think there's a couple high school duels in the area tomorrow, but yeah, as much as we can, we want to get as many fans in the Carver Center as possible. And yeah, it's gonna be a tough duels. But I think the guys are ready and up for it. So hopefully we can see a bunch of people out there and put on a good show.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate your time. Go Vikes.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Todd.